Hey, 4-1. What's wrong with these niggas talking down on us, dog? Talking about we ain't doing what we do. Nigga, we done been out here about like 10 years, nigga. We getting old, goddammit. Let's get it. We made niggas put them rose bottles up. We made the whole city boss they like fuck. Boss they like fuck. We made niggas wanna go and hit hush. Bitch, we made niggas, you know we love to stunt. We made niggas put them rose bottles up. We made the whole city boss they like fuck. Boss they like fuck. We made niggas wanna go and hit hush. Bitch, we made niggas, you know we love to stunt.
Hi everybody, welcome back to the Georgia Tech Dynasty, back at it with recruiting today following our second consecutive win, this time over NC State, 48-23. Really fun game. It was our home opener, first game in Atlanta in this Dynasty. If you missed it, I encourage you to go check it out. It was a fun one, a game in which we scored 42 points in the first half. Absolute domination both on offense and defense, and today we're looking to continue to build our program, build our team, and bring some more players in to make this all go better, make us better than a one-star school. So we had a good amount of guys visiting last week. I think it was 6 was the total. You see the names right there, and they were at this game to watch us absolutely destroy the Wolfpack. A couple linebackers, a couple offensive linemen, a scat back as well. So I'm just going to give you guys a look at who was visiting, how we're doing in those recruiting battles, and then we'll advance the week and see who we got. So Corey Marshall, the first guy, offensive guard, 3-star. We're in a battle with Auburn, and it looks like it's us two that are pulling away. Same can be said about Micah O'Neal, but in the inverse, Auburn's in the lead here. We're down by 1,000. Travis McMillan, we're in second for him, but it's us in South Carolina. Same for Anthony McKinney, but we're pulling away. We should lock that one up this week. Same with Corey Hawkins, 3-star scat back, who is 63 overall, but don't let that deceive you. He's an offer from Clemson. Georgia's looking at him. Tennessee's looking at him. Alabama's looking at him. 89 speed, 86 excel. We don't have a guy in the running back room right now with those kind of intangibles. And then Marcus Cutler, 6'5", 250-pound linebacker, probably going to play middle, but he has the skills to play anywhere in that second level of the defense. So 6 guys I'd love to have, and we'll see who we'll get following this game. Before we advance into next week, though, here's a look at how we're doing in the other recruitments besides those guys. First of all, Calvin Johnson Jr., not great. We're up to 5th now, but clearly he's really liking Eastern Michigan and Ohio and these other MAC programs and not us for some reason. I think it's because we only get an 85 bonus in the recruiting points or whatever, which kind of sucks, but whatever. Mike Butler, we already talked about Corey Marshall. So Mike Butler, 3-star quarterback, we're pulling away for him. Tom Coach, same thing. He should be visiting pretty soon here. Cal, the only team that's kind of in that race still. Mike O'Neal, we already went over. Same with Travis McMillan and Anthony McKinney right there. Both are going to be battles, but we should get McKinney this week. Like I said, he's been a priority since the jump. We really needed offensive tackle, and he could probably make an impact in his freshman season because our best running back or defensive tackle right now is 72 overall. He's 72 overall as a senior in high school. Matt Little, the other running back who I really want in this class. We already talked about Corey Hawkins, but he's really good. He's a full package guy, plus he's really fast. He has 93 speed. Barrett Robinson, the one and only corner on our board because we brought in 3 last year. I don't think we're going to get him, but still going to put up a fight. Jesse James, another center. He should be coming in on a visit pretty soon. Offers from Georgia State and UCF. So if we don't get the center that is McMillan, who's coming in, who already came in this week, we're going to try to get him. Chris Williams was our backup option at D-tackle, and Georgia State looks like they're going to get him. Ken Bryant, only wide receiver on our board. We already signed one, actually, but the only other guy on the board, really fast. Would love to go after him after we kind of get a couple more commits here, free up some points. Ian Jackson, Elliot Garcia, the same thing. We're going after them pretty hard. We have spots for them, but, you know, we need to wait a little bit so we can put some more points on them, get them more interested, bring them in on visits. And then pretty much everybody from Chuck Penn and down are guys that I'll recruit if we have open spots, but they're not top priorities at this point. So we have some points on them. We're throwing out some feelers, but we're not ready to offer them a scholarship yet because we don't have the room. Maybe we will down the road. And of course, you see the guys we already have on the board: Mario Pruitt, Rob Woods, a kicker, and a punter. So we're looking to add to that here. We have 11 spots available this class. We've already used up 4 of those. So we'll see how many we get from this past period of visits, and then we'll go from there. Before we advance to next week and see who committed, let's go ahead and do drip of the day. So we're going to have a couple of honorees this week, maybe 3, because it's still early in the season and guys are really showing out and proving themselves. So we got to, reciprocate that with some love in their style. I think the first guy we're going to do is a defensive player. It's just a matter of who, because the defense played really well last game between getting picks and making tackles and tackles for loss and stuff. Could go to Flanagan, could go to some corners, could go to some linebackers, safeties. Really a lot of different guys that balled out this past game and have been balling out early in the season that could certainly get this award. But we can only pick one to start. We're going to do 3 this week. That's the final tally. But who are we going to give number 1 to? Brandon Petty's certainly an option. Wide receiver 1, redshirt senior who's been playing really well the past couple of weeks. Potentially a defensive lineman. We already did Noah Miller. Nobody else has really impressed me yet, though. I think we're going to do Phil Jackson. Yep. Mike linebacker, 87 overall. Probably the best player on this team, at least on the defense. Really good, really stout. He can tackle well, sure-handed in that category. He can cover as well. So he's the leader of this defense. We got to get him looking right, because if he's not, then we got a dusty defense. We can't have that. All right, so we got Jackson. Let's do 2 more. It has to go to another defensive player. It's going to go to Ryan Wood. We might do Will Smith, too, because these 2 dudes had spectacular games. I think Wood had 1 pick. Smith had 2, and then our strong safety Little had 1 as well. But Ryan Wood's been playing super well for us the first couple of weeks. Advertised as our best cornerback. He's lived up to that billing. He's locking down an entire side of the field, which allows us to play on the other side. Although I might need to switch up how I strategize that, because Smith did get beat downfield a couple of times. But let's get my man looking right, and hopefully he can continue to ball out for us at corner. All right, if we do Wood, we also have to do Will Smith. That's just how it works. I mean, this guy had 2 picks last game. He did get burned a couple of times, but you know what? If you can get your hands on some footballs, multiple in a game, that'll be just fine. You can give up a big play once in a while, but like I said, we're going to strategize differently. So I'm going to play safety on the other side of the field, which is a bit of an adjustment because I've always played on that left side. But starting next game, we're going to go on that far side and have the safety help Smith because he's liable to get beat in certain situations. That's how we're going to do that. But cool name, too, Will Smith. Might be a number change coming soon if he continues to play well, because 49 is kind of, I don't know. Let me know how you guys feel about it. All right, advancing into Oregon State week 5, a little of a revenge game, but we do have some commitments. You see that yellow in the middle of the screen. Anthony McKinney, the latest commitment, 72 overall defensive tackle. That's a big pickup because we wanted a D tackle last class. I don't think we ended up signing one. If we did, it wasn't anybody that was worth a darn because I don't even see them in the top 4 in that position. So McKinney's good. He's going to come in and definitely get some snaps as a freshman. Corey Hawkins, we get him as well. So a little disappointing. We only get 2 out of the 6 that came in, but Hawkins is a steal. I know he's only 63 overall, but I'm telling y'all, he could be a future Heisman winner if he develops the way I think he should develop with his speed and juke move and elusiveness and stuff. He's going to be a scat back and an absolute weapon. We're going to force feed him the football because he has the ability to be a home run hitter for us in this offense. So that's big. Haven't really had a running back like him in a minute. I mean, I had John McConnell at Oregon State. If you guys were hip to that dynasty, if you're not, go check it out. Who is kind of just a 3-down back and does everything. I didn't really have him and a scat back with a bunch of speed, you know? So it should be fun to play around with him, a little new toy to play with, if you will. So 2 more commits. Chris Williams committed to Georgia State. That's fine because we got our top prospect in McKinney at D-tackle. But here's a look at Hawkins. 89, 86 speed excel, 78 juke move. What else we got? Agility, 78. That's good. 79 elusiveness. He can catch the ball pretty well. He can run routes. He can block as well. I'm not going to use him much for blocking, I don't think. 61 carrying is a little low, but that'll get up. So, yeah, I mean, this guy's going to be a weapon with the football as a runner and a receiver. He could take it to the distance. He could take it the distance, rather, every time he touches the football. So we're excited to have him. Give him a year or 2, and then he'll be ready to go. I mean, honestly, he might get some touches as a freshman if I can do formation subs and stuff. And then here's McKinney, 6'4", 273, out of North Miami, Florida. Anytime you can get a high school player out of the Sunshine State, you're doing something right. And he's from Miami, so we probably took him from the Canes, no doubt. 73 power move, 71 finesse, 80 tackles, 73 hit power. 78 strength. So, yeah, he'll be good. He'll be a run plugger. Might need a year to put on a few more pounds, but he's got the raw intangibles. 273 is not even that bad for a D tackle if he can be a two-way guy, athletic and whatnot. So, big-time pickups. We're going to cut a couple of guys off the board who we just don't need because we've already signed dudes at the positions we needed to fill. So that's big. Here's an updated look at the scholarship situation. So 6 guys signed if you look in the bottom right. And then we have 11 seniors if you look at the bottom of the screen. So we have 5 more spots right now. There are some juniors that could go pro. So I'm going to leave some dudes on the board in case they go pro and we got some extra spots. But that's kind of a, figure it out down the road kind of deal. So we'll just kind of have to see on that. But class is really shaping up well. I'm pretty happy with what we've done. If we can snag a couple more game-changer dudes like Calvin Johnson Jr., Matt Little at running back, and then, Cutler at linebacker as well, and then a couple of offensive linemen, I'd be just fine with that. Smaller classes here, so we got to bring in those impact dudes, and I think we certainly have them on the board already, or, we're still going after them. Now, we did have one conference player of the week, first time of the season. It's Will Smith. He had 2 tackles, 2 picks, and a deflection as well. So probably his best game at Georgia Tech, and hopefully he can continue to grow and be a playmaker for us in this defense. We had no interceptions going into that game against NC State. We came out of that game with 4, so that was awesome. Updated look at the Heisman watch. We have nobody on there, but Eric Copeland, my former quarterback, had a big game against Purdue, 48-10 win. A lot of passing yards, a lot of running yards as well. And that's who we have next week, guys. A little revenge game against my old team. All the dudes I recruited. It's going to be really fun. ACC standings, North Carolina in first. We're in second, but we have the best conference record right now at 2-0. So we're off to a good start. I mean, this team is certainly capable of winning the ACC and potentially making the college football playoff if we just keep doing things the right way. We keep playing within ourselves and winning games how we're supposed to win. I really like what we have, and I'm excited to see what we can do in the future when we get our guys in there. Before we cut the episode, I want to look at what Oregon State did in its game, what the statistics were looking like. So they dominated in the first half, 34-3, and then coasted in the second. Looks like Carl Wilson had a big-time game, couple of catches, couple of touchdown catches at that. Dane Williams, Ira Freeman, guys I remember recruiting. Ced Fuller, the kicker, Chris Hall. Yep, this is all looking familiar. So that's awesome. Good for them. They're off to a 2-0 start, 1-0 in the Pac-12, and I'm looking forward to playing them next week, that's for sure. Quick look at the ACC. Nothing really surprising thus far. Let's keep going, though. Virginia's off to an 0-3 start. We could have gone there in the coaching carousel, but we didn't. Pitt's 0-3 as well. We got 2 ranked teams, Clemson, UNC. Tar Heels won that matchup. UTEP beat Virginia Tech. That's another former team of ours. That's where we started this dynasty, actually. Miami beat Marshall, so nothing too big there, but it should get more interesting as we go. We're going to start to play more ACC games. We just played 2. Now we're taking a quick break, and we're going to play the Beavers. Here's a look at what we're ranked overall, 75. That's how you know. You go to the championship contenders. If you're not in the AP poll and stuff, that's how you find out. We were like 70-something last week, and we just played a really good game, so I'm not sure why we're not creeping up more, but we'll just continue to play well, keep proving them wrong, man. We got a great chance at an upset right here. We had a chance to take down Notre Dame week 1. They were number 2 in the nation at the time, and we played really well that game. We certainly played winning football. Hopefully we can do much of the same. Lee Corso is rolling with Oregon State. I don't see why you wouldn't, but they're coming to Bobby Dodd Stadium for the next game. I will be going live for this matchup on YouTube, so you're not going to want to miss it. Hit the bell for the post notifications. That way you get a notification when I go live. I'm planning on doing this Wednesday in the evening around 7, 8 o'clock. I'm going to put out a community post on YouTube as well because I can do that now. So stay tuned for that. Like this video, subscribe to the channel, and I cannot wait for this next game. Hope you can join me then.